My 20m GF's friend, both 19f, is being inappropriate with me and my girlfriend is okay with it. Last week my GF's friend sent me a snap of her wearing just thongs. I told my girlfriend right away. They talked about it and she said her friend is very lonely and jealous of our relationship, and that she trusts I wouldn't do anything with her. I still catch her friend staring at me and checking me out when we all hang out together even after they talked about it. They have been friends literally their whole lives, so my girlfriend could have a clouded perspective on this whole thing. Anyway, this is a really weird situation and I don't know what else to do after I told my girlfriend about it. Any advice what to do here? Maybe it was a setup to see if you would entertain it? Like girl had her do it just to see if you would tell her. That's the only thing I can think of. Tread lightly, my friend. They want a threesome. If you don't, you should make that clear right now. It could have been a loyalty test and that's why she didn't freak out when you told her. If stuff like this keeps happening and you're uncomfy, speak up. It's either 1. They want a threesome. 2. It was a test to see if you'd cheat. 3. Your girlfriend is the most oblivious woman out there. I doubt it's this though. It's a trap. Your girlfriend is wanting to see if you'll fall for the bait. Don't do it, dude. Fuck her. Literally. My 19f stepfather, 44m, has suddenly become more strict and I don't know why. My 19f stepfather, 44m, and I have had a good relationship for the most part. My bio dad is a deadbeat and stepfather has been in my life since I was 15. When he married my mother I was difficult, but he was actually really understanding and put in a lot of effort to build a relationship. I'll admit I was a brat at first, but over time we bonded over our shared interest of fantasy. We watch Lord of the Rings Extended Edition like twice a year lol. And our relationship became pretty solid. He was actually the more relaxed parent and I took advantage of that a few times because I was always a lot more likely to get a yes from him than from my mother. Recently though he's started acting weird. My parents used to give me a lot of freedom and basically as long as I wasn't doing drugs or causing problems they let me do whatever I want, but all of a sudden he's being more strict. When I go out he wants to know who I'm going out with and where. He doesn't like it when I stay out late, and he's been really critical of what I wear. Yesterday I was going to a friend's hangout and when I was leaving he stopped me and demanded to know where I was going. He's been doing this for like a month. I told him and started heading out but he blocked the door. He was asking me if we'd be drinking. Nope. Who is going? He made me list out who was going to be there. He didn't like that this particular guy was going because he says he just gives him a weird vibe. I started arguing with him and told him it was a big group so why did it matter, and once again tried to leave. He stopped me again and then told me I couldn't go dressed in the skirt I was wearing and demanded I changed into pants. It was hot as hell so I said no and I was going and he couldn't stop me. He flipped out on me, called me disrespectful and that if I wanted to go out dressed like that then I couldn't take the car. The car is his but he has always let me take it whenever I want, and since he has a van we've been treating it like my car. He made me give him the keys and then sent me to my room. I was pissed and we got into a screaming match until my mom came downstairs and broke it up. At this point I was done and I just left. He chased me down the block yelling at me but I kept walking. The next day he was livid. He sat me down and said from now on he would drive me if I wanted to go anywhere. He also wanted me to share my location with him. Listed some friends he didn't want me to hang out with anymore, and a bunch of other stuff. I didn't respond well to his new rules and decided to stay with a friend of mine to avoid him. He's been calling and texting wanting me to come home and demanding to know where I am. I don't know what's wrong with him. I can't think of anything I did to warrant this. I'm not on drugs, don't drink, and have a decent job. He's never been like this before and I don't know how to talk to him when he's being like this. Why is he acting so weird? Edit. Going home to talk to stepdad and mom. I'll let y'all know what happens. Update. Things didn't go as expected and now I don't know what is going to happen. To start off my mom wasn't home so it was just us. I was nervous and kept thinking about what people said, but I sucked it up and we sat down to talk. This part of the talk went well. I told him I'm an adult and offered to pay rent to show him I can be responsible and thought it'd be fair. He said no, but that I can start paying insurance for the car and he'd transfer it to me. He looked genuinely sorry and I felt more comfortable so I just straight up asked him what was up and why he was acting so weird, and it turns out that he had a friend and when she was my age she got into an abusive relationship with a guy who got her pregnant. Then he told me he found a pregnancy test and that combined with his friend made him freak out and he was sorry. He said a lot of stuff but I was freaking out now because it's not my test. My stepdad is infertile and can't have kids, but if the test isn't mine the only other person it could be is my mom. I told him the truth, it's not mine. He apologized to me again and said we can talk more later, then he left. I really hope I'm wrong but I think my mom might have cheated on him. Now I don't know what's going to happen. If she did cheat I'm pissed. I don't know if this could lead to them getting divorced. Maybe I should have lied and told him it was mine just to avoid the potential shit storm. I'm not even sure if he believes that it's not my test. I know he was acting like a jerk before, but my stepdad is usually a great guy and a way better dad than my bio dad. He's being over the top and it's concerning. Stand your ground. You're an adult. First thing you need to do is start saving your money for your own car. Sounds kinds of creepy asking who's going to be there, telling you to change your clothes and wanting to know where you are 24/7. Maybe sit down with your mom and ask what is going on. Does she have a problem with you hanging out with certain people and asking him to do the dirty work, making him look bad? What does your mother say about this? I mean, why is he parenting you at all? He came into your life as a teenager, not a baby. You have only lived together for 4 years. In my opinion, he shouldn't have any role in parenting whatsoever. Your mother shouldn't let him either. My guess would be he is controlling and you are showing signs of independence, which he doesn't like because he is controlling. Probably nothing you did overtly. Just growing up. You need your own car. Your mom and you should have the rules of the house for you. Him being concerned with what you're wearing etc. again is him feeling like you belong to him weirdly. I'd suggest you tell your mom to end this shit now. He needs to be put in his place. My parents did the same thing when I was 19 and started seeing my first girlfriend. Suddenly they wanted to be super strict about me coming home after work, like 10 p.m., and doing the dishes or some other random chore that wasn't time sensitive, while I wanted to spend an hour with my girlfriend after work. I think it's some sort of panic when they realize that they're losing control over you. They overcompensate and try to crack down on you to reinforce their authority. If they can't come to terms with your autonomy, you might have to cut them out of your life. I ended up having to do that with my parents for about 2 years of low contact before we were able to reach a respectful relationship. Why is he behaving like this towards his adult stepdaughter, and why are you letting another adult put such draconian restrictions on you? Get away from the crazy person. Your life does not have to include any crazy people once you're an adult. Ew. This looks like he started looking sexually at you, sad face. I, 33M, left my 22 weeks pregnant partner, 33F. After discovering my partner was sleeping with a work colleague shortly before the pregnancy of our first child, our relationship has fallen to pieces and we've had 7 weeks of trying to understand and repair things. In that time, all she's done is try and cover it up and make excuses and turn the blame on me instead of taking accountability and trying to reassure me and acknowledge how much this has completely screwed my head up. Last week I discovered she had told her parents I was simply jealous of a male friend of hers and that there's aspects of me that worry her about my reaction that make her question my ability as a parent. Lying to me is one thing, but lying about me is another level of disrespect, and that was the limit of what I could take from her, so I've told her our relationship is over, saying I'm happy to co-parent with her if the child is mine, but I can't be her partner anymore after how she's treated me, not just during the infidelity but after too. She's gone silent on me since. This has been an agonizing position to be in and decision to make, and I'm still reeling in it, but I'm sure the other alternatives would have been worse in the long run. Would anyone else have done different or have hope of repairing this? With her going silent on you, it makes me wonder about paternity. Anyways, good on you for standing up for yourself, though it would have been a bit wiser and better if you did it sooner. I hate to say it, but check paternity on your first child too. Make sure that's your kid, as well. This sounds like a behavior that was not acquired suddenly, and has been going on for a long time. Sorry buddy. Keep your head high. Get a DNA test. If she refuses, get a lawyer and take her to court. Find out if the child is yours. If not, move on with your life and leave her alone. You dodged a bullet. If it is your child, then you have to fight for custody rights. Don't let her just run off with your child. It's a lot of work being a father, but if it's your kid, you want them to be some part of your life. You need to accept that your relationship is over. The baby isn't going to repair your relationship. Get a DNA paternity test. This is a simple blood test that can be done well before the baby is born. If you're not the parent, you dodged a bullet and ghosted her. If you are, start work towards a healthy co-parenting plan. Good luck. DNA test. You did the right thing. It doesn't matter if she's pregnant, cheating is a deal breaker. Contact a lawyer and start the divorce, so if the child is not yours, you're not paying for it till it turns 18. Tell all your and her friends and relatives what she did. You know she's spreading her narrative, blaming you for everything. DNA test the baby before signing anything. Mother, 47F, kicking me, 18M, out because I called CPS on her. What can I do? I'll attempt to make a long story short. I live with my mom in a townhome and we're both on the lease together. We split the bills equally, completely. She also has custody of my sister, who is 13. My sister is always out at night, unaccounted for, is sexually active, doesn't go to school, and smokes weed and has had it supplied to her by my mom since she was 9. I've been pleading with her for 3 years to do better as a mother and she hasn't. My mom wasn't there for me growing up and we rekindled when I was 15, due to her drug usage, which she has recently gotten back on over the last year. Heroin, crack, you name it. Anytime I tried to say something about the lack of parenting, I get yelled at and just was told that it wasn't my job. I called CPS on her and told them the truth and nothing but the truth on what's going on. They came the same day and questioned everyone, and ultimately created a safety plan for my sister, the theme of which is just she has to share her location with us via Life 360. Immediately, the plan was thrown in the trash once CPS left, and since the CPS lady gave a word for word of the report, it was pretty obvious it was me who did it. Obviously this broke out into a fight, but I really just wanted to do the right thing. When CPS knocked, she had to ask me where her own daughter was because she was missing again. Now my mother is trying to evict me, and I kind of been feeling down. I've always been punished for trying to help my sister. All I've wanted is for my mom to stay off of the drugs, and properly parent her, and I don't think she'll ever do it for my sister. I'm assuming she has legal grounds to do it, although I am not sure. I'm just looking for advice with this eviction, or just the situation in itself on what to do. I just want to do the right thing, but also be able to stay at the place we split all the bills on. You're on the lease, so nothing she can do about it. You don't have to leave, but you do need to take as many jobs as you can get to save up for your own place. You can't count on your mom. If you're on the lease and you pay half the rent, I don't know what legal grounds she has to evict you. You can always threaten to go to both the landlord and the police and let them know she's doing drugs on the premises. That won't be a good outcome for your sister, so you may not want to follow through with it, but maybe the threat will scare her into calming down, getting sober, and becoming a better parent. You need to go to the police. Your mother is providing an underage person with drugs, and I don't know what state you're in, but there's a slight chance that they're illegal drugs as well. Does her landlord know about the drugs? You can have him evict her for violating her rental agreement. Before you do that, you need to find a roommate and a legal advocate for you and your sister. Do you have any other family anywhere? If yes, then try and contact them to see if they can help. You did and are doing the right thing. You can't be a parent and be high on crack at the same time. Your sister needs a foster home. I'm sorry, man. You're on the lease, so she can't kick you out. Keep making reports to CPS. Someone needs to look out for your sister. You are an amazing kid. I'm sorry adults let you down who should be there for you, but you aren't alone. I'd suggest highly finding an Al-Anon. My parents were the same. You got this. You did the right thing. Your mom can be evicted. You stand firm even though I know it's tough. Be strong, you have a community cheering you on, but find an Al-Anon near you because at 18 you're only a young man dealing with very grown-ass stuff.